Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler V series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie, I just woke up a little bit ago, so I might be a little bit groggy, but we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm gonna go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm gonna yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, though? This is a pretty nifty one because it happens to be my Scandal shirt. It's a very busy shirt. You can see it there. What the hell is Scandal, though? If you're unfamiliar, Scandal are a pop rock band from Japan. I got into their stuff all the way back in my early 20s. I was perusing around in the fairly early days of YouTube, and I happened upon their stuff. I'm a big fan of, I grew up during the anime boom, and, I've always been a big fan of, like, Japanese history and stuff. So, I enjoy that Japanese dynamic. And when I came across their stuff, I just really dug it. They've been at it now for almost 20 years. And I was really fortunate I got to see them perform live recently. It was like the first time in about 10 years that they'd performed in Chicago. It was incredible. If you don't believe me, I actually have some videos of their performance that I attended. Those videos are on my channel, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think they're an absolutely incredible band. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why am I just waking up? Well, I'm just waking up because at the time I'm doing this, we've been in a bit of a heat wave where I'm at for the past, week and a half or so. And that's made it hard to do reviews out in the truck. Now, I can do reviews from in the house, to be fair, but I prefer to do a lot of them out in the truck. It's just a little easier for me in terms of a setup, plus I get better audio quality out here. So I woke up extra early today because I was like, I might as well just get this stuff in real early before the sun comes blazing out. Right now, it's actually really nice. So, what with me having just woken up, I figure I need a little pick-me-up to start off my review session. What am I reviewing? It's not a plane flying by, amazingly enough. If I could review that, you'd get a fucking 1-star, stop flying over my property. I'm reviewing, boom! It is from the Bones Coffee Company, their Holy Cannoli Cold Brew Latte drink. Ooh, a Bones Company coffee production. Where are you from? Yeah, okay. So, and I've reviewed some stuff from Bones Coffee in the past. I think I did, their unicorn one and, one of their other ones. Sure. Let's get a thing for the thing. It looks like this. I do like the imagery. Just go, ha 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 ha! Let's give it a go. This one's been in my fridge for a little bit, so I was like, yeah, I better get to that one. Smells nice. Cinnamony. Doesn't taste cinnamony, though. A little bit. Okay, there's a little... sort of... Okay. Yeah, it reminds me a little bit... I've had, I forget what company it was, but I remember I had, it might have been Cinnabon. I had, God damn, with the planes today. I had, maybe this is why I don't do reviews this early in the morning, typically. I had a cinnamon roll latte one time, and this kind of reminds me a little bit of that, but there's a big difference in that it's not that cinnamony, but I do feel like there's some cinnamon in there to give it a little bit of a cinnamony edge. What it mostly tastes like is cookies and cream. So you have this nice sort of cookies and cream, and then the latte aspect itself is nice too, but you've got this nice sort of cookies and cream vibe, and then sort of on the tail end of it, you get like a little bit of, kind of a quasi cinnamony hit. Maybe that's not cinnamon. I don't know. I'm I'm not sure if the aftertaste is again like something sort of cinnamony, or maybe it's maybe that's just like the hit from the latte at the end, because there's like a progression of flavor. Um, the initial hit, a little bit more sweet, a little bit more again that sort of cookies and cream vibe, and then as it progresses, it loses some of the sweetness, and you get kind of a stronger hit at the end. So I'm wondering if that stronger hit is just the latte, because like you're gonna have a little bit of you might have a slight bitterness from the coffee aspect of it. So I'm wondering if that's what it is, because like it never really gets bitter, but like it fringes on it. It's hard to say. I wonder if it's oh, it's actually reduced fat milk too. Good on it. It actually doesn't taste that. It's very nice and rich. Yeah, it doesn't say. Okay, it's 225 milligrams of caffeine though, so that's a good chunk of caffeine. Yeah, I don't know. I'm up in the air on. I want to say there's like maybe a little bit of a cinnamony vibe. If there's not, there's got to be something else. But like, because it has like this really interesting hit to it at the end that I really like, where it's like almost slightly bitter, almost kind of savory in a way, and then it has like a little bit of an edge to it. So it's really interesting. Like, you can tell. I wouldn't say, I mean, it doesn't exactly taste one for one with a cannoli, but like you can tell what they were trying to do with it. So, and it's really good. It's very tasty. Okay, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes and yes. I think on both counts, I like this. I've enjoyed pretty much all the stuff I've had from the Bones Coffee Company. They seem to put out nice products, and as somebody who's not like a big like coffee person, but like I'm coffee adjacent, I like things that incorporate coffee or coffee-esque. But like straight coffee just by itself doesn't really do that much for me. I really like what the Bones Coffee Company does. I like their flavors, and I think they do a good job with them. And this one in and of itself, even though again my brain probably wouldn't go to cannoli in terms of flavoring, it is one of those things where it's like, yeah, I can see what they're trying to do with it. I like that there's some depth and some complexity to the flavors. I like that it takes you on a little bit of a journey. And overall, it's just a nice flavor. It just works out nicely with the sort of cookies and cream with, that sort of tail end edge that it has, which is mysterious and alluring. I like that. Now, if I'm recommending it, it's not going to be for everybody. If you're a more quote unquote like serious coffee drinker, if you're a black coffee type of person, okay, good on you. Excuse me. This probably won't be for you. Excuse me. I don't know if I would go as far as to call it like an outright dessert drink, but it's certainly close to that, so if you're not into those type of drinks, it's not going to be for you, obviously. But I do think it's a nice product. The latte aspect tastes nice. It's nice and creamy. It doesn't taste, again, I was surprised that it's, low-fat milk, because it doesn't taste like it. It's nice and rich. So I would definitely recommend trying this one out. I think it's a nice product. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here, folks. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month. stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have yourselves a truly cannoli-tastic rest of your life. Man, I haven't had a proper cannoli in I don't know how long. I genuinely can't even remember the last time. I need to find like a bakery that sells cannolis. I'll review some cannolis. Maybe I'll do that today. Final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating, and it's just bullshit sometimes, folks. When we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your favorite pastry treat? Are you a cannoli person? Maybe like a Napoleon, tiramisu? I actually worked at a bakery in my late teenage years, and it was like, it's like a pretty proper bakery for the most part. It was like inside of a local supermarket and everything. So, I know a thing or two. Not much. I mostly just stocked stuff. I wasn't in charge of food. But let me know your experiences.